boys and girls, welcome to Everyday Math Lesson 1.5, grouping by tens with dollars, $10 bills, and $100 bills. The materials that you'll need: notebook paper, your pencil, scissors, your math journal, and then if you either have fake money or if you have the Math Master pages that look like this, or if you don't have fake money and you don't have the Math Masters page, you could just use little slips of paper and write and make 10 of those slips of paper $1 bills, 10 of the slips of paper $10 bills, and one slip of paper a $100 bill. And then you'll also need dice or just one die. Let's get started. The first thing that we're going to do is go over Math Journal page 5 from the previous lesson. If you're noticing that you have any mistakes, please fix those mistakes with your pencil and eraser. So in this page, we were working on our addition facts. So in problem number 1, we could see that 2 plus 4 equals 6. In problem number 2, we had 5 plus 5, which equals 10. Now maybe I know that 5 plus 5 is 10, or I also could have counted the dots on the dice. For question number 3, we were using dominoes. Again, I could count the dots on the dominoes, and I could see that 3 plus 4 is 7. And for number 4, I have 7 plus 9 is equal to 16. For number 5, we did not have dice or dominoes, we just had the addition fact. 6 plus 8, and you should have had equal to 14. If you have a number grid, you could use a number grid or a number line for these as well. For number 6, I know that if I had 8 and I add 3 more, I would get to 11. So 8 plus 3 is equal to 11. And for number 7, 6 plus 4 is equal to 10. If I only had 4, I would need 6 more in order to get it to 10. For the bottom half, you were playing addition top it, and we were writing a number model for each player's cards. Then write less than, greater than, or equal to in the box. Now you will probably have completely different answers than me, and that's okay. You don't have to change any of yours. What I'll do is just show you what I had for these, and you can kind of take a look at yours and make sure yours is similar. Different numbers, but still making sure that you are adding correctly and comparing with less than, greater than, or equal to correctly. So for my first one, player 1 had 4 and a 7. 4 plus 7 is equal to 11. Player 2 had 3 plus 1, which was equal to 4. Now I know that my first player, 11, is greater than 4. So again, you probably had a completely different problem, but still make sure you added correctly and that you have your less than, greater than, or equal to sign correctly. For our second one, I had 2 plus 5, which equals 7. My second player had 3 plus 4, which equals 7. Well, this time I would show that with an equal sign because both players had the same amount of 7. And for the last one, I had 7 plus 2, which equals 9, and 8 plus 3, which equals 11. Well, this time 9 is less than 11, so my comparing symbol is facing the opposite way, showing that the 11 is greater than. If you have any questions on this page, you can ask your classroom teacher, and please fix any of your mistakes. Now you can put your math journal to the side and take out either a notebook paper and pencil or your whiteboard and marker if available to write down your answers from the next slides. If the speed is too fast, please pause as often as needed. The first thing that we're going to do is a little bit of counting. If you have a number grid that you like to use, you can use that, or you can just practice counting out loud with me. So we're going to count by tens, and today we're going to start at 50 and we're going to stop at 160. So again, the first number that we'll say is 50, and then once we get to 160, we'll stop. Here we go. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160. Let's try another one. This time, let's count by tens. We'll start at 0 and we'll stop at 50. But then we'll continue to count on by fives, stopping at 100. So again, we're going to start at 0 and count by tens all the way up to 50. Then we'll count by fives and stop at 100. Here we go. 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now I'm going to switch to fives. 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. And if you would like to try that again, you can always press pause and rewind the video a little bit or back up the video a little bit. We'll try one more today. This time, we'll count down by tens. We'll start at 100, we'll stop at 160, and then we'll continue to count by fives until we get to 200. So again, we're going to start at 100, counting by tens, up until 160. Then we'll count by fives until we get to 200. Here we go. 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 165, 170, 175, 180, 185, 190, 195, 200. Nice job. All right, second graders, today we need to cut out the money, or if you don't have the Math Masters page, if you want to cut out those slips of paper, or maybe you have some fake money that you're using today. But I want you to write your initials on the back of each of the bills. If you're using just slips of paper, then make sure you record your money amounts. And again, you're going to want 10 $1 bills. You're going to need 10 $10 bills. And you will just need one $100 bill. So if you could press pause, cut out your money, and then press play when you're ready to continue. All right, second graders, I'm going to explain how to play the game. Now the other materials that you'll need to have some type of money exchange game mat. If you have one of these, make sure to have this in front of you at this time. If you don't have an exchange mat, in your notebook or on a whiteboard, you could make 3 columns. And in your first column, on the way right side, you can put a $1 bill. In the middle column, you could put a $10 bill. And on the far left-hand side, you could put a $100 bill. So this is how you play the game. So you're going to put your money to the side of your mat to form a bank. Then player 1, and if you're playing by yourself today, then you'll just keep going. But player 1 rolls 1 die, and they take the amount of $1 bills from the bank shown on the die. For an example, if I roll a 3, then I'm going to take 3 $1 bills. Then you're going to put the money in the right-hand column on your mat, so under the $1 bill column. If you're playing against a person, then player 2 does that exact same thing. They roll the die, take the money, and put it on their mat. You continue to play this way whenever possible. If I have 10 $1 bills, then I get to trade that for a $10 bill. Or if I get 10 $10 bills, then I can trade that for a $100 bill. The first player to trade for $100 bill wins the game. I'll just try a couple rounds with you just to show you how this will work. So I'm going to wait till my dice loads. All right, I'm going to roll my dice, and I got a 3. So I get to take 3 $1 bills and from my bank and put them in my game mat. Now, since I'm playing by myself, I'm going to roll again. And this time I got a 2. So I'm going to put two $1 bills on my mat. Now kind of be thinking, am I ready to switch to a $10 bill yet? No, not yet. I'm going to roll again. And I got two more. I'm going to put two more. So maybe I can count and see. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, I'm going to roll again because I'm just playing by myself. Ooh, 5. Okay, so, whoops. Let's put this back like here. Okay, so I'm going to take my money. So I have my 1, 2, 3. If I have more than the 10 $1 bills, I can give myself a few more. And now I need to count these. So 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now I'm going to switch 10 of these dollars. I'm going to put 10 of them back. And I'm going to take a $10 bill. So I'm going to take a $10 bill, and then I can still leave these $2 in my bank. So now I have 10 plus 2. Now I have $12. Now I keep going. I'll do just a couple more rolls for you. So a 5. So now I get to put $5 in there. I have my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice how I have more than $5. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 because I had $2 from my previous roll. I'm going to do one last roll for you today. All right, so I was at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if I add 3 more, which would, so 7, I would have 8, 9, 10. Well, guess what? I can switch that over to a $10 bill. To save a little bit of time, I'm just going to grab a new mat. So now I would have two $10 bills. I would have $20 and I wouldn't have any in my $1 bill. All right. If you have any questions with playing this game, you can ask your classroom teacher. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put our notebook to the side, put our game to the side, and we'll talk about Math Journal page 6. So on Math Journal page 6, you need to count the amount of bills and just write the amount on the line. So again, count how much money you see in each of these problems and then write the amount on the line. When you're all done, you can take a picture and add the picture to Seesaw for your classroom teacher. We will go over this page in our next video. Thank you.